Okay, universe, here are my questions for the universe. If somebody who does not have ADHD, or who's like a typical, has neurotransmitters who do the things that they're supposed to do, releasing all the chemicals they're supposed to release at the times they're supposed to release them, or whatever, no damage, no like illness, right? And they take Vyvanse or Adderall or any of those things, do they also feel better? Like, how realistic is that feeling that I have when I'm on the medication? Is that how everybody feels all the time? Like, not everybody, is that how neurotypical people feel all the time? Or is it kind of like a high of perfection? I'm guessing it's not like a simple answer. But I'm curious, and I bet there are people who talk about these things, and I want to know what the answer is. Another question for the universe. Is it actually important that the people around me understand the real discrepancy between me and me on medication? Because I'm learning it right now, and it is something that I didn't know. I didn't know how much I was suffering. I didn't know how much this affected me. I didn't realize how much extra effort I was using to do things, and with some things I could use all my efforts, and it's still like this video of the mom, where the kid is like, "Mom," and she's like, "Yes, yes." She like tries like 7 times to say yes without the tone in her voice, and how much I relate to this. And I'm sure a lot, like all moms, most moms relate to this. Like, this is how I feel all the time. Like, I can barely, like, it takes so much effort not to be annoyed all the time about a lot of stuff. Like, the poor children are not doing anything wrong, And yes, I get the word is like overstimulated. Okay, so I always thought, I get it. If I'm so like typical ADHD, and everyone says that you're getting overstimulated, that must be me, even though I don't understand, because I like when a lot of things are all happening at the same time. Doesn't that equate to overstimulated? No. You know what overstimulated means? It means it feels like, so this is what my question is. How important is it that my sister or my husband or, my friends who I've been talking to about this stuff for ages, how important is it that they understand my ADHD, which is different from anybody else's? Is it different? I feel like it's different. I feel like I thought I belonged in this group, and I know that I do, but like, I feel like, here's my analogy, like 4 or 5 people or people's fingers are pinching me all the time, just holding me, like holding a pinch on like 4 or 5 different spots on my body. And it's been like that for as long as I can remember. So I don't think of it as something that like there's anything you can do about it. It's just that, and then someone asks you a question, how hard it is to, and then you take the medication, and all the pinches suddenly for the first time in your life are not there. And you're like, what? This is normal? This is what talking to people is supposed to feel like? Like, I would want to cry thinking about, like, anyway, when the medication wore off yesterday, like earlier than it had the day before, and I had a lot of time to be with myself again after, feeling like a normal person for the first time, going back to being me, was horrible. It was so bad. I was so upset. I was so like, okay, I was like, what? Only thing that made me feel better was deciding that from now on I'm going to take the medication at 11 in the morning, because I'm not so in the morning is easier. You have the whole day ahead of you and you haven't messed anything up yet. And there's lots of time to, relax and try to get things right. So if I take it at 11, then I'll have a better, then I'll be able to think straight without feeling like a crazy person. I'm not on it right now, by the way, because it is only 7:48 and I'm waiting till 11 because I don't want to have an evening like that ever again. Is that an option? Do I get to never have an evening like last night ever again for the rest of my life? Can I just please not go back to that? Because it's so it's just a lot of standing in one place and mulling over things, or going into, let's say, the kids' bathroom to just pick up a few things on my way, and I sit down on the edge of the tub and just start thinking about things and spend half an hour there, at least. Okay. All right, last question. So, realizing that that this affects me more than I had known, and that the people around me don't get it. They don't know what I've been hiding and dealing with my whole life. They don't know the discrepancy. They understand that, oh yeah, Leanne has a hard time with certain things. Oh yeah, she's typical ADHD, but they don't know how I feel versus how I should feel, I guess, or whatever words make sense here. The people around me don't know, and it makes me feel alone, and I don't know how to explain it to them. And all of this makes me feel like, yes, I should pursue therapy so that I can talk to somebody about this who knows at least about it, as much about it as I do, and then I can ask them my questions, and I can, I'm realizing this is only the beginning of this journey, because I don't know how long the medication will work for me, which is a little bit scary. I'm not scared, but, I'm about to really start relying on it. I am ready. I want to rely on it to be able to function properly. I'm so excited for that. I feel very fortunate. I'm so happy. And I'm gonna, I always say about therapy that everyone could benefit from therapy. Of course I would benefit from therapy. But now I decided that I'm going to find somebody that works for me, because I want to have a little team. I need to find my team, because I need a professional. I would love, if I have the option of having a professional help me through this journey, that would be the smart thing to do. And that also calms me down, makes me feel better. Okay, I'm going to find a professional who understands all of this, and I'm going to talk to them about everything. And I love this decision. So the next question is, I know that a psychologist can prescribe medicine, a psychiatrist cannot. So then why even go to a psychiatrist? I know you're answering my question, but I can't hear you. I'm kidding. I'm guessing that a psychiatrist is just they went to school for, just for to help you through things, to strategies to help you. But that's not what I'm looking for necessarily. I just want to talk to somebody who understands, adult women with ADHD, but there's so many different kinds of brains. Maybe a psychologist would be better, because I'm really interested in the science of it all, and not in behavior therapies. Although, just because I'm not interested in, somebody telling me, oh, try this, try that, because I have my medication and now I feel like I can freaking rule the world, stop saying that. Sorry. really, what is the benefit of going to a psychiatrist versus psychologist? And I'm so glad that I decided I'm going to do that. And I'm going to start looking in my area. Well, that's funny. I think I mixed up psychologist and psychiatrist. The psychologist who I spoke to get tested was so fantastic. He understood everything. He isn't working with patients. He's only doing testing. So I have to find somebody. And he said, good luck finding somebody who can handle you, because he was laughing at all my crazy baloney I was telling him. That doesn't sound professional, but it was a great conversation. Anyway, now I'm remembering psychiatrist. Psychiatrist is the one that can prescribe. It doesn't matter. I want to know the difference, not just the fact that one can prescribe medication and the other can't. Like, what are more differences between these people? I can Google it. Not that I use Google. I can look it up on the internet.